bad movies. I think it's safe to say the internet loves trashing bad movies. I mean, hell, half YouTube is based on it. I feel like when these reviews come out, even if people haven't seen the movie, they judge it and they think, oh, this guy thought it was terrible, so it must be terrible. But I feel it's a little unfair. So I'm going to look at the movies that the internet deems horrible and look at it for myself and see if it really is as bad as they say and find some things to defend them on, because I think every movie needs a defense, no matter how bad it may be. So my first episode of In Defense Of, I'm going to look at the internet's probably most hated movie, Foodfight. I got my work cut out for episode 1.
It's our world. It's my life. And the party starts jumping when we all come out night.
Oh my god, Foodfight. This has been the butt of every internet joke for the past 2 years. So many people have reviewed it and said it was probably the worst movie they've ever seen. But does it really deserve that distinction? So you know what? It's my job to defend it, so let's defend this thing. Let's get started. Let's start with the very first thing, the history. If you're one of the 5 people who don't know what happened, this movie deserves some leeway just from its history. This movie was supposed to come out in the early 2000s, but someone stole half their movie. I can't even imagine what was going through their heads when they stole half this movie. I mean, was it like...
Foodfight will be mine! They only have half done. It won't ever be completed. It's mine! Foodfight is mine! It will only be seen by me! Baby corporate espionage!
So because of that, instead of this, you got this. And honestly, after seeing that original trailer and seeing the movie, I actually really wanted to see that movie in that original animation. It had a cool little cartoony thing going on. I mean, look at it compared to the other version. You can tell right off the bat this original animation had some stretchy, cartoony look going for it, and it actually looks pretty halfway decent for 3D. The problem is when they had to redo everything and start from scratch, they only had a bit of the money from when they first started, and they got stuck using crappier CG. But enough about what could have been good about this movie. Let's talk about what is good about this movie. And you know what? Say what you will, something that's really good about this movie, the voice cast. Say what you will about Charlie Sheen, but you gotta love the guy's voice. What, it's not like one of my favorite movies of all time is a movie that is Charlie Sheen voiced in the lead, and a lot of people on the internet don't like it, and... No, can't do it!
Joint is supposed to have everything, to be the best, but it's just too... I don't know, it's too...
Yeah, I think All Dogs Go to Heaven 2 is better than the original. Don't look at me! And it's got Christopher Lloyd. I mean, any movie Christopher Lloyd's in, you just gotta love the guy. Yes, I said any movie. And one complaint of this movie I can't get on board with is when people go, oh, well, it ripped off a Toy Story. Look. Hate to break it to you, but Toy Story was not the first time the whole inanimate objects coming to life when people aren't around idea has been used. It was used way before that for Jim Henson's The Christmas Story, and if you want to go even further back, it was used in the '67 movie for Cricket on the Hearth.
Dearie, humans must never see toys come to life. Those are the rules.
I always really wondered about that. Like, who made those rules? Is it just like God one day was like, all right, you can all move and talk and have free will, but you cannot move in front of humans.
But what if they want to destroy us or rip us up or cut us in half?
What the fuck did I just say? Huh. When you put it that way, God's kind of a dick in these universes, isn't he? And what really gets me confused when people say it's the worst looking movie they've ever seen before. Yeah, the animation's not great, but guys, come on. Have you really never seen a Video Brincado film? By comparison, Foodfight looks like Ghibli. Is it going to win an award for its animation? No, but come on guys, I think you're overestimating its badness just a little. But then of course you have the story. Are there a lot of plot holes in this movie? Yeah. Does the battle go on for way too long at the end? Yeah. Does it get boring in the middle? Yeah. But you know what? I finished the movie. I saw it the whole way through, and when I was done, I didn't have an angry, grr, this movie's terrible, why does it exist feeling like a lot of people did. I honestly just said, oh, okay. That was my response. Honestly, the first time I saw it, I was like, woof, okay, that's over. I mean, I didn't really understand the hate. There are a lot worse movies to save your hate for. This movie doesn't deserve hate. It just deserves a glance of, oh, okay. That's all it really deserves. It doesn't deserve anything more than that. I think the problem with this movie is it's cool to hate this movie because so many people have reviewed it online and so many people said it was terrible that if you don't hate this movie, you're like, you don't get it. You're not cool. But realistically, it is not as bad as people say it is. Yes, the animation is creepy at times. Yes, the plot doesn't really go in a whole lot of places and it's not really appropriate for kids at times. But it's not horrendously awful. Would I see it again? I mean, it's not on my top 5 movies to go watch, but if someone's like, hey, let's watch Food Fight, I wouldn't be like, no, fuck you, and jump out of a window. And you know what? Actually, the voice quality in the movie's pretty good. Then again, after watching any kind of Dingo Pictures movie, I think any audio quality is better, because...
I wish I could fly.
That's all we need. You hang around too much with Kree as it is. He has a bad influence on you. You see?
And there's really people complaining about Food Fight's audio quality? Really?
He was up for all the pranks they got up to.
That is some amazing dub work right there. Make Speed Racer proud.
Well, now at least we're rid of those spies. They won't be able to cause any more trouble in the countries of the world, and we can have peace.
Huh? And I gotta say, I do have one guilty pleasure in this movie. People say it's a ripoff of something else, but I don't care. I kinda really like the song.
It's our world. It's my life.
Don't touch me!
And the party starts jumping when we...
You better go easy on the potato juice before you get chip-faced.
Oh yes, I almost forgot the reason why a lot of people hate this movie. The puns. There are a lot of them, and they're really, really not good. But they're not bad enough to make me want to strangle something. They're just like Picard facepalm jokes. Like, why? Why, man? That was... I need to go have a drink or something, because that was just sad.
Hey, whack job. It's checkout time. Yeah.
Oh, I get it. It's a grocery store, so it's checkout time. Where's that drink? Here's the thing. I actually can't bring myself to hate this movie. This movie is so ridiculous and so nuts and all over the place that it has a special place. I will never forget this movie. And every once in a while, there is a scene that I'm just like, this is amazing. Like how this guy overreacts to the guy stepping on a potato chip bag.
That was a perfectly good bag of chips.
Survival of the fittest, lad.
Never opened, never enjoyed.
That was a perfectly good bag. Oh wait, it's salt and vinegar. Never mind, it sucks. Do it again.
Sure thing, lad.
It's so much fun to have someone else in the store. I wish I was the only one working here. And if you can't look past where it's lacking in a lot of regards, I think we can all agree on one thing. The infamy that came with this movie created some of the funniest reviews of so many different reviewers and have put smiles on a bunch of people's faces. When it's all said and done, this movie is harmless. There are so many worse movies out there which just have this underlying sense of hatred or darkness. But this movie, it's stupid, the plot is kind of ridiculous, and the animation is pretty subpar, but it's harmless. I mean, there's no real reason to hate this movie. It's just there. I put it alongside the Alpha and Omega sequels kind of level, where you're like, okay, it exists. If you don't agree with my analysis, that's fine. You're entitled to your own opinion. I'm just saying, for me, it's not as bad as everyone says it is. So if I had to grade this, Food Fight gets a C-. That's just my opinion. A little below average of the generic CGI movies, but not as bad as everyone says it is. So take your barely passing grade and move on, Food Fight. Well, there you go. There's my attempt at defending Food Fight. If you agreed or you have any other movies ideas you want me to review, then let me know in the comments below. And also, if you could like and subscribe, that'd be fantastic. So, until next time, this is probably the last time I'm going to talk about Food Fight for a while, so might as well do it.
It's our world. It's my life. And the starts jumping when we all